One up, manga fans. I'm back with another video. This time doing a very different review. I'm reviewing the first arc of News Exorcist, which is a manga that's coming like 2 years old now. So I don't have a physical volume yet. It is coming out, I think. So for now, I'm just doing this review because I want to. The manga's like in past its 90s, but it's not yet in the 100th chapter. We've still got a couple of weeks before that. And since the series was on a break last week, like with the issue of Jump, so a lot of manga on break that week. So, yeah. The News Exorcist came out in sometime back in August. I think I might be wrong. Actually, no, if you've been watching the channel now, you know I did some reviews on the chapters, but just stopped for some reason. I just stopped reading chapters weekly for some reason. I don't know why I got lazy and did that. I actually, like, if I was there from the start, if I read it, keep reading it, I would have seen every story unfold. Then we'll also keep reading. I'll go back and read arcs. Well, I guess not. So I'm going to try to fix that issue by catching up with the manga. Starting with Nice Prison, which is a new manga that's come out just 3 weeks ago. So, with chapter 3 out this weekend. Sorry. I just got a little friend underneath my blanket. It's my sister's cat. She for some reason likes going under the blanket, but I don't know why. She just finds it comfy, I guess. Anyway, manga is written by Kato Kawai, or Kawai Kato. Gender is unknown, nor their age. So one of many unknown artists in Jump. And this series is definitely pretty good, popular from what I heard, but some people don't like it much. I've been hearing a lot of complaints about it recently about story structure and stuff. Alright, but I may look it up once I catch up. I may look it up once it's done. It's kind of, so my guess is kind of like Demon Slayer. Well, Demon Slayer is popular. It definitely had a lot of issues with story. Now handle some characters, story, and powers. Again, I think Demon Slayer is a good manga, but it has a lot of issues that just outweigh a lot of the goodness. I guess didn't outweigh good for a lot of people. That's why I got popular and got an anime. Flying was cool though. Final arc was cool. A good action. I'm able to read that arc before the first part of the movie comes out. First movie, part 1 of the movie trilogy coming out. It just seems I didn't make it into a trilogy of movies. Like, I was supposed to try to adapt the entire manga in one movie. Granted, it might be over 2 hours long, but so what? Final arcs have been adapted into movies before. There are many times final arcs have been adapted into movies and stuff. As I think. Anyway. So this is quite an interesting manga. One of the many Exorcist manga. Like there's just so many. Blue Exorcist. Ultimate Exorcist Kiyoshi. Well, it's not that many, but you got my point. They just use Exorcist quite a lot in Jump. Exorcist is way too common in Jump. Not super common, but you got my point. I'm going to review the first arcs of the manga. That means also review Kill Bill, which only has 2 chapters for its first arc. And, well, next arc. And then I can review the Sub versus Sojiro versus Sojiro, I think it's called, arc. Which is like 18 chapters, I think. After that. Basically those are the way when I can. And Kaguabachi is still in its 70 chapters, man. Not yet in its 80s or 90s. So, that's all I want to show off what I got on the post today. Yes, the infamous Final Fantasy film. I've been buying a lot of video game movies just to get it on watch, my review, get my thoughts on, add more videos to that channel. I also got Banaf, Max Payne, and Hitman. I plan all on more. I plan all the Silent Hill films, but they're pretty expensive on Blu-ray. No joke. You know, oh, the Blu-ray's like over 30 quid. Alright, let's just interview. So this is called the School Arc. Typical names. It just focuses on the protagonist stuff in school. But it's pretty short because it's only 5 chapters. So, unlike Yu-Gi-Oh, which the entire structure all the way up to right before the Death Tea arc was entire school themed arc. I could have just reviewed the manga on its own over 60. Like I think I have over 50 or 60 chapters, but I can't review arc by arc because they're part of the same series, just split up in the West. Yes, the West. Like how Dragon Ball is. So, also, if you have it out on the business store, I recommend you go purchase the new Volume 1, the new Anniversary Edition, Volume 1 of Naruto. They released a new version of the very first volume called the Anniversary Edition, which actually features the original cover as artwork being watched by Naruto and Boruto, which is clever way to show the legacy. When it actually shows up on Amazon, I'm purchasing it. Because I don't know if there's any changes in it or not. So, anyway. The story opens up with a glimpse of 2 characters. A woman in a mysterious room stands by watching and saying, "It's been 60 years since the last person found her room, since a person of human found her room. Hoping someone else be able to do it." Get a glimpse of the protagonist, who has a very unique hairstyle. Alright, classmates being bullied. But the kid is able to talk back. But not one person escalate. Our protagonist steps in, who's known as Yajima. Yajima obviously to be the gopher for a bit, so keep things not cause trouble and stuff. Well, we know why he's like this. Anyway, we know Yajima has a bit of a past. He also was able to see type of spirits and stuff. He's been able to see them for a long time. But one eventually killed his own father. His father was a brave man. We don't get much expansion on that, because this is the first arc, so maybe it gets expanded in the future. But it's interesting that why would Sparta be basing off against a monster? Well, Yajima has a very unique hair. Other than spiky, he has a bit of a black part around about here. Sorry. Yeah, like around about here. So he's a spirit that feeds on type of emotions. So that's why he's been keeping things calm, not anyone's emotions. So that's why he's always been alone. Even if they couldn't see spirits, he probably be able to. He also felt alone. Anyway, he ends up selling upon, ends up going to the route to eat, but ends up accidentally being a spirit, and he's got struck by that woman we saw earlier. She introduces herself as New, or Nue. I don't know how it's pronounced. Either new or new A. I just go with new, but it could be new A. I just want to clarify. So, anyway, some conversation. Joseph can invited Yajima into a room and he ended up playing video games. Not a joke. Like, not a joke. With someone, she's actually a spirit. And she feels she's bound to this room and cannot leave. As in, she was sealed in years ago. But she's usually a nice person. Why would someone seal her up unless she was a bad spirit? I don't know, some things that are not clear. There's a dialogue a little bit later we'll get to as well. So Yajima, so yeah. No, Yajima's able to see spirits. She basically offers him a deal. Basically, to help her take care of these spirits. Since she can't leave the room, she can not take care of them. So Yajima to do it. He cries out as an experience. And New seems pretty understanding too. Like, she apologizes. Again, why would someone seal her up if she's a nice person? Unless she wasn't originally. I don't know. Right. So yeah, Yajima heads back to class. He sees that kid again being bullied. Being beaten up. Because he stood up for himself again. Actually standing up for Yajima. Which is really cool. We're really starting to escalate though. As Yajima tried to get the situation under control, but now it's over. As the bully's arms are getting cut off, and a spirit appears, attacking the entire class. With the kid might want to protect Yajima as a good person. Tell everyone to leave. So how a good person he is. Also, I found my own win. A while back, I lost a version of this win. With the One Piece flag. I actually managed to find it in this. It wasn't even there before. Like, I don't know why my mom never told me she found it. I was looking for that quite a long time. I had to buy a new one because I couldn't find it. Oh, now I'm back up. But I may try to put on my other finger someday. I just be wearing these. I used to wear one, but I wear two. So, yeah. I mean, definitely. I looked. Sorry. New basically opposite deal to Yajima to protect someone, as Yajima is protecting the guy himself without getting injured. Well, he got injured, I mean. Yajima accepts that power. He wants to help people. As that power is really cool, spiritual sense. As he battles the creature and defeats it. Saving this entire classroom. It's impressive. When our first arc ends. And well, sometime after that, seems everyone's somehow forgotten about it. Kind of reminds me of... this reminds me of something, actually. Like, people forget about something on an event. Kind of like a memory replacement from Bleach. Is that there replaces a memory with a random one. So... anyway, I plan to cover more. I plan to cover the Soul Society arc and Bleach, don't worry. But that might be in 2 parts. Yes, since it's a long arc in the manga, I'm going to separate it into 2 parts. Like I'm going to do the eventually get to the water arc of One Piece. Since the Egghead arc's still ongoing in the manga. Although I like to do long arcs these days. Anyway. sorry. So Yajima's blown apart. So yeah, Yajima still hasn't, but his powers are also limited. And then every time he uses them, he passes out because how powerful he is, how powerful he's gone. So New has to try his best to help him with it. Chapter 2 is just more stuff as New pretends New has a clone that is only able to walk around when Yajima is in school. Pretending to be his sister, not more simply stepsister. Sister not by blood, that means stepsister. Or adopted sister. It depends on the situation. It depends. So, yeah. No, it's not really that much big deal, but chapter 3 and chapters 3 through 5 are a bit more important. Yajima ends up helping a girl who had a spirit on her. And she can see him too, actually. She begs him to offer him lunch. So, yeah. New's intrigued by this. He's intrigued by this. She's basically seeing the girl contact info. And she's going to keep hunting up that. Oh wait, that's in the next chapter. That's in, sorry. That's later. Yajima, sorry. So yeah, during lunch. Yajima's obviously nervous. That's when the girl offers to ask him to join her cult club. She needs someone to join her. He's hesitant, but then he says, "Sounds good." But he didn't say that. That was thanks to New. And she's already made friends that quickly. That is quite interesting. So yeah. Switch around. Yajima is obviously nervous. She does tease him, but it ends up being attacked by a spirit. Bossing Yajima uses powers and says he was really happy when she invited him. So. And so she ends up revealing her ability, as in she is able to beat them too. It's her ability. As she introduces herself as Kazusa Suo. And well, she's an exorcist. People who try to take care of these spirits, there are a lot of them, but due to some not that many around. So yeah, now they start coming to the school. So Yajima, New finds it intriguing. And she questions how he got his powers, but he can say anything. New shows up, basically telling him that they really should not know about her. As in, they don't really like it that she's helping them, even though she's a spirit. Why? When they want a spirit as an ally, I get that some of them are bad, but she's helping people. As she said earlier, she helps people because she's fond of humans. So I don't know why they wouldn't like her. Yeah, they would be distrustful at first, but she proved herself to be helpful. Spirit, so I don't get why. And if you know, don't spoil it. I want to get there myself, not any spoilers. Because I hate when people get spoilers. And I hate toxic fandoms. Like, why does I know this is somebody, but why does every fucking fandom have to be so fucking toxic? Why can't you just enjoy stuff? You can't enjoy that stuff anymore when their fan base is just so fucking toxic. They're bullying people off their social media. It's just so bad and horrible. Granted, I don't know if any fans of New Exorcist may be toxic or not, but you get my point. I hate toxic fandoms. It's just so horrible and disgusting that they do this. So yeah. So yeah, Yajima being cheaper. I'm a special members club. This is where Nusa basically gets in to get her contact info, or but he's afraid to do it. He chickens out. Anyway, she was signed to the school to get experience. And well, maybe the best game what happened in the event of chapter 1. And well, that's that's why she was testing Yajima. Oh, spirit was a test, you know. And that's the whole point of her asking the question. He says he was born with his powers when he wasn't. But that might not be true, just he doesn't realize it. Sorry. Might be because his partner might be an exorcist before that, and he just didn't know. It's interesting. Also, the memory ratio was not new. It was actually done by Suo. Sorry, exorcist has the power to raise people's memories about that event. And someone healed loss of limbs. I don't know how that's going to be explained, but yeah. She's impressed by Yajima. And they go on a patrol. Yajima a little concerned. And they get attacked by another spirit. They get attacked by one by spirit. Wasn't like so basically exorcists have a special technique called spirit gear. Allows them to create spiritual energy around their bodies. Something like Yajima's kind of doing without even knowing it. Interesting. Allows them not to be seen by humans. But since Yajima has not a totally fleshed out one yet. That's why people still able to see him when he fights. So she tells him not to overexert himself, since he only uses power twice in one day. Also, so yeah, and Sumo was pretty skilled. Judger ends up joining the help again, but that's weird. And when we go back, I think that either this might be a mistranslation, the special translators, or this happens because it's confusing. It says hours later. I think it should have been hours earlier. So it's going to our boss about that. So it's one to her boss about it. You know? They plan to make more exorcism, but that'll take some time. So offers to keep a partnership with Yajima. Her boss is a bit surprised about that, but he agrees. Well, she says he passed. He agrees with that. She just basically tells him never mind. Whatever that means. And basically where the arc ends, not much structure, it's just a bit episodic in the first two. A bit episodic. In the first 5 chapters. This chapter 2 will be more so not much to talk about, even though it takes this a bit long review, sorry. I think the first arc is pretty good. And I think you could buy the first volume, pre-order the first volume now. I should check that out after this, actually. You could get them physically, so if you haven't... So, I recommend if it is available for pre-order it. It will get you interested. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy my content, please comment down want to see more. Subscribe to the channel, notification bell, always go to future. And I'll see you guys later for more videos. Guys, jump out.